My name is Joachim. I'm the main developer of xGovern. So what xGovern is a permission DLT application layer. You can think of it as Ethereum, which supports smart contracts. But this is wholly written in JavaScript with a proof of stake and proof of authority built into it. So we're trying to make it secure, efficient, scalable, also highly interoperable. That comes with DLT. And democratic and transparent. So let's do a little crash course on DLT. What makes DLT really intriguing is that it makes data tampering impossible. It uses public key cryptography to guarantee authenticity. So in a centralized scheme, if you fetch a data from a database, there's always a concern. Can you actually trust data? And it turns out the server admin or a hacker can. In a decentralized scheme, you actually have to sign with the private key. And then whenever someone else fetches it, they can actually verify that it's you. So without the private key, data tampering is impossible. So this is awesome stuff, but what's holding it back? So it turns out there are three major problems with blockchain today. Number one is key management. As other presenters went before, if you forget your private key, you lose everything. So that's a very scary thought. So this is actually worse than a password, which can be reset from the central server. So if you're going for the widest adoption possible, then this certainly is not a good scheme to have. Also, the second problem is oversight. If your private key is stolen, your funds, in case of cryptocurrency, is stolen irreversibly. It's actually very dangerous to be a key holder of large funds because they know that if they get access to those funds, it's stolen irreversibly. So this actually, the government doesn't have valid access or auditing power yet. This is actually used for ransom payments, as you know, money laundering, international scams, tax evasion, weapon purchases. So also most companies, they cannot run on blockchain technology. This is because if you put something on the ledger, if it's a public ledger, that means even enterprise critical information is also public, which is not good. If you use encrypted ledger, that means the data analytics is very limited to the consortium of trusted people. So to outcompete traditional schemes, I think we can agree that the ledger must be secure, convenient for the general public. Game theory compliance system, which comes with DLT. Highly scalable and adaptable. And be able to do big data analytics and privacy control. Not just binary public or private, that kind of scheme, but smooth gradient control. So business can actually utilize that kind of scheme in their organizations. So actually also be able to emulate traditional schemes. Because we're talking about integration in businesses, right? If it doesn't have a way to emulate the traditional scheme, then it makes integration much, much more difficult. So if we look at blockchain, how it fares against those five criteria, it is a game theory compliance system, but it's not highly scalable or adaptable. It doesn't offer big data analytics, privacy control. It doesn't emulate traditional solutions. So our xGovern team actually devised a solution which is more generalized. So it is a game theory compliance system because of DLT. Okay. All right, thank you.